Hello and welcome everyone, I'm Madals and today I've got game number 2 of a best of 3. It's some Protoss v Protoss and it is between two very good players. So I'm excited to see if this is going to be a quick 2-0 or whether one of them is going to be able to come back. Now of course in the bottom right position we have got spawning as the blue Terran player, what am I even on about? The blue Protoss player from Team XMG. It is ToD. And his opponent in the top left, the red Protoss player, it is Jim. Now I have been watching so much PvP, like, let's just face it, WCS, EU Premier was a Protoss fest. I've seen a lot of PvP, and yeah, it's actually really good fun. I think PvP is one of my favourite mirror matchups. Actually probably is my favourite because I just think it's quite intense, and yes, there's always a thing that you've got the rock paper scissors argument that build order loss. If played well and at a really high level, it's incredibly intense to watch because all the positioning, all the movements, all of the scouting has to be done really nicely, but it's not quite as well. ZVZ for example is very volatile. One misstep with a pack of Lings and Banelings destroy them all and you lose the game because of that. PvP is still intense and still micro focused, but not to the extent that ZVZ is, like, at least in my personal opinion. Anyway, Jim of course is one game up, winning game number 1 with just nice control of his Colossi, teching at the right moment, and just keeping some good pressure on ToD with Phoenix. So on Acheron Waste we can see that the gas is down nice and early for Jim there. For ToD, slightly later, his Gateway though coming up slightly later too, so there's the second gas now from ToD. What is he going to be chancing? Of course in game number 1, one of the big reasons that ToD got behind is because he invested a lot early on with a proxy Dark Shrine in order to try and get those DTs out after seeing the Phoenix. Unfortunately for him though, Jim got out an Observer and kept it in his main base just as the DT warped forward. Getting DTs out that early is a massive investment for ToD. So by doing that and dealing 0 damage, actually did nothing, he got himself behind, and then of course the tech from Jim was just too intense. So, Cybernetics Core, 6 probes in gas, Jim mixing it up this game, not getting his second gas, just mining with 3 there starting, and chrono boosting out Warp Gate tech. Okay, this could be some great weight pressure coming down here. The second gate from ToD is though also getting made. Acheron Waste quite large. We've got the Zealot checking around just in case there's any proxy 2 gates or any proxy pylons coming down, anything that really Jim wouldn't want there from ToD. So this is still looking like a fairly even game, but very different strategies from the two of them. What is ToD going to be throwing down? Well, a pylon coming right at the edge. This is to hide some tech. It could be a Stargate, could be a rowboat, could also be DTs again, would be risky. 3 gate, okay, 3 gate Mothership Core all in, probably gonna be coming. ToD getting down his Mothership Core himself. Meanwhile, Jim not started his Mothership Core quite yet, just waiting for a bit more gas in order to get that on its way. Chrono boosting that Warp Gate tech constantly. The Probe, the Zealot, and the Stalker making their way across the map. Meanwhile, ToD getting out 2 Stalkers at a time. The Sentry is already down, so of course that means there was some good force fields can defend this. But the Mothership Core for Jim, where is it? Why is it not getting started? That could be a problem. The Vision of the High Ground, of course, the Sentry may have to trigger a force field, will do, and that of course minimizes how many force fields that ToD is going to have available in the near future. Was the pylon seen by ToD? That is the question. Yes, it was. So he knows this is going to be something scary. Probes already getting pulled. He knows he needs to defend this. Jim with a pylon on the high ground, granting himself vision up there. The second pylon also comes down. Big win there. Of course, Warp Gate tech is now done for Jim, so he's going to be able to start getting some big warp-ins. Jim just running forward. 3 more Stalkers getting warped in behind this. That's 3 Stalkers up against 2 in a Sentry and a Mothership Core. The Mothership Core trying to get focused, so of course the Photon Overcharge cannot be used, and it does let a Time Warp thrown down instead. ToD is in a huge amount of problems at the moment, and this means the Jim knows that and is just pushing forward. The Stalkers getting taken out. Warp-ins on the high ground already coming down. These Stalkers just going for the little bit of micro. One gets trapped by the probes though, which is less than ideal, I'll give it that much, but no more units coming out here for ToD yet. He's warping in the warp gates, needed for that to finish, but of course these 3 Stalkers, the 2 Zealots, picking apart the probes pretty quickly. Jim is still 3 probes behind though. He's got to do something fairly quick. Here comes now, of course, some of those warp-ins, but still the Stalker numbers favouring ToD. He's going to try and use that. The Zealot numbers favouring Jim too. And, of course, ToD, he's just down in everything, and this is not looking good for him at the moment. He's trying to chuck down some pylons to SimCity this to the max, pulling the probes. He's playing so desperately for his spot, but Jim is just on top of everything at the moment, warping in more units. These Stalkers still doing some nice damage. Jim now ahead by 3 probes. He's going to try and kite these Zealots back. Still moving forward, going to try and deal as much damage as he can. He's committed to this. It is a 3-gate all in, and Jim, he's just going for it, and it looks like he's going to be able to win this game. ToD now losing those Stalkers, going for the last try, pushing in, but of course the probes getting pulled is never a good sign. ToD ever with the good manners. GG, well played, and Jim will take the series 2-0. Just showing why he's such a good player and doing so well in WCS America. Now, if you enjoyed that cast, make sure you like the video, make sure you leave a cool comment, and of course subscribe, and I'll be back tomorrow with yet another new game. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.